Government forces and opposition fighters have exchanged heavy gunfire in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, as a row over delays to elections has escalated. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's term in office ended on the 15th of May, but was extended by a year. The opposition said this was unconstitutional and called for protests on Thursday.
After letting another big lead slip with an error-strewn performance at the French Open, top-ranked Aryna Sabalenka felt like getting as far away from the courts as possible. "Just want to quit tennis right now," Sabalenka said after wasting a lead of a set and 2 breaks in a 3-6, 7-5, 6-0 loss to Diana Schneider in the quarter-finals on Wednesday.
Jalen Brunson scored 13 of his 30 points in the fourth quarter, and the New York Knicks overcame a 14-point third-quarter deficit to post a 105-95 victory over the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday in Game 1 of the NBA Finals in Texas. Karl Anthony Towns contributed 18 points and 12 rebounds as the Knicks won their 12th consecutive playoff game, tied for the second-longest postseason streak in league history. China has banned 4 New Zealand lawmakers for visiting Taiwan in May, saying they disregarded Beijing's serious concerns, resolute opposition and repeated prior warnings. In a statement released on Thursday, the Chinese embassy in Wellington lambasted the visit, saying the lawmakers met with high-level politicians, which caused serious adverse political impacts and sent the wrong signals to Taipei's ruling Democratic Progressive Party.
Block your calendar. The FIFA World Cup 2026 is here. From superstars Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane to young guns such as Lamine Yamal, Arda Güler, Yan Diomande and more, football's brightest talents will assemble in North America.
Bangladeshi Foreign Minister Khalilur Rahman has been elected as the 81st President of the 193-member United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. He will assume office when the UNGA session opens in September. Rahman, who earlier held several portfolios at the UN, won the presidency after defeating Cyprus's Ambassador Andreas Kakouris in a closely contested vote, taking the helm of the world's most representative diplomatic body during a time of global geopolitical turmoil. The Ministry of Information Technology has proposed tax relief measures for mobile phone users in the upcoming fiscal year budget, recommending reductions in both the 15% advance tax and the 19.5% general sales tax, GST. The proposals have been submitted to the Ministry of Finance as part of a broader strategy to support the growth of Pakistan's telecommunications sector.
The Balochistan government has approved a series of major education reforms aimed at increasing literacy rates, improving access to education and enhancing learning facilities across the province. The decisions were taken during a high-level meeting chaired by Chief Minister Sarfraz Bugti.
The Sindh government has announced the timeline for the release of matriculation and intermediate examination results across the province. The decision was made during a meeting chaired by Sindh Minister for Universities and Boards Mohammad Ismail Rahu, attended by Secretary Universities Mohammad Abbas Balok and chairpersons of educational boards.
The Punjab government has proposed a massive Honhar scholarship programme worth $1.72 trillion aimed at expanding access to higher education for talented and deserving students across the province. For the fiscal year 2026-27, the government has also suggested allocating us $33.25 billion under the programme to provide financial assistance to students pursuing higher education.
Google has launched Gemma 412B, a 12 billion parameter OpenAI model designed to run locally on laptops without fully relying on cloud infrastructure. The model is small enough to run on systems with 16 gigabytes of VRAM or unified memory. Gemma 412B is part of Google's Gemma family of open models, which are built from the same research and technology used in Gemini models. The model is released under the Apache 2.0 license, allowing developers and organizations to use, modify, AI and deploy it with fewer restrictions. The Foreign Office on Thursday refuted reports that Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar shared any information regarding Iran's nuclear program during a meeting with United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Dar met with Rubio on May 29 during a brief visit to Washington, where the two discussed bilateral cooperation as well as regional security issues. Rubio had praised Islamabad's role in advancing peace in the Middle East.
Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar on Thursday congratulated Austria, Kyrgyzstan, Portugal, Trinidad and Tobago and Zimbabwe on their election as non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, for the 2027 to 2028 term. We wish them every success in discharging this important responsibility, he said in a post on X.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called for an exponential expansion of the country's atomic arsenal during a visit to a newly operational nuclear material production factory. State media agency KCNA said on Thursday, Kim said production capacity for weapons-grade nuclear material had reached more than double its previous level over the past 5 years, and instructed to further increase output to meet long-term strategic goals.
Amid a crackdown on corruption in Indonesia, the Deputy Minister for Immigration Affairs has been arrested over alleged irregularities in the administration of immigration documents. Budi Prasetyo, spokesperson for the anti-corruption agency KPK, confirmed Silmi Karim's arrest to the Reuters news agency on Thursday.
Israel and Lebanon have agreed to implement a ceasefire, but say it would require a complete cessation of fire by Hezbollah, according to a joint statement after US-led talks in Washington, D.C. The two countries, which do not have formal diplomatic relations, also agreed on Wednesday to create pilot zones in which the Lebanese control and forces will take exclusive Islam of the territory to the exclusion of all non-state actors.
Pakistan Meteorological Department, PMD, has forecast below normal rainfall and above normal temperatures across most parts of the country during the June-August 2026 season, raising concerns about agriculture, water demand and heatwave conditions. In its latest seasonal outlook, the PMD said the Indian Ocean Dipole remains in a neutral phase but is expected to shift to a positive phase by July, while the El Niño Southern Oscillation, ENSO, has entered an El Niño phase and is likely to strengthen further during the season.
Punjab Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz has directed authorities to provide 20 zero-zero green tractors to farmers during the next fiscal year as part of the provincial government's efforts to modernise agriculture and boost productivity. Under the initiative, farmers will receive a subsidy of Rs 750 salons, zeroed-on tractors ranging from 50 to 65 horsepower. The Chief Minister said the programme aims to support farmers in adopting modern agricultural practices while reducing production costs.
Twitter, X owner and Tesla CEO Elon Musk has applauded the Lahore High Court LHC ruling in the 2020 motorway gang rape case, praising the death sentences of the two convicted men. The response came after British politician Rupert Lowe posted about the verdict on X and described it as some good news to come out of Pakistan. Bravo, Pakistan. Musk replied to the writing, "This is what we should be doing in the West." Traffic police in Murray have formed special squads to crack down on transporters charging excessive fares from tourists and other passengers during the busy travel season. Chief Traffic Officer Satio Murray Munasir Ahmed Hashmi visited transport hubs and the Patriata Bazaar area, where he reviewed traffic arrangements, parking management and passenger facilities. During the visit, he directed officials to take strict action against overcharging and illegal parking.
Ormsford has announced the Balance 3, a new smartwatch priced at $369.99. The stainless steel model is available for pre-order in the US, with shipping expected to begin in mid-June. A lighter titanium version is also expected later. The Ormsford Balance 3 has a 51.4mm case and measures 14.6mm, weighs 62 grams. while the upcoming titanium model weighs 55 grams. For over 2 decades, Pakistan has been locked in a war, not of its choosing, but one that it cannot escape. Long after the withdrawal of Western forces from Afghanistan in August 2021, Pakistan continues to absorb the strategic shockwaves of a conflict whose center of gravity may have shifted, but not disappeared. The return of the Taliban to power in Kabul has transformed the security landscape of South and Central Asia, with Pakistan bearing the most immediate and severe consequences. The Geography of Memory at Canvas Gallery brings together 4 Pakistani artists who live abroad: Norma Jamal, Mustafa Mohsin, Usaid Agha and Ruby Chishti. Their practices engage memory as something porous, shifting and deeply embodied. The exhibition unfolds as a layered meditation on identity, displacement and the emotional residues of lived experience. Each artist approaches memory through a distinct visual language, yet together, they construct a nuanced cartography of the personal and the collective.
Russia's air attacks have grown in sheer volume in recent months, hammering Ukraine with more drones and high-speed missiles than ever before, as Moscow's forces struggle to make meaningful progress on the ground. The massive strikes are designed to overwhelm Ukrainian air defences, with huge waves of cheap drones, then fast-moving ballistic missiles, then cruise missiles coming in carefully planned succession to inflict maximum damage. Experts say that overwhelm approach allows more missiles to make it through.
Fans at the 2026 World Cup will not be allowed to carry reusable water bottles into venues due to safety concerns, FIFA says after a last-minute change to its stadium code of conduct. As recently as last month, FIFA had permitted empty, transparent, reusable plastic bottles up to 1 litre, 1 quart, inside stadiums. But it said on Thursday that the updated code, which came into effect from Tuesday, prohibits them.
New Delhi, India. Nandini Singh had been waiting for weeks for her high school examination results, her scores in different subjects being the pathway to the colleges of her choice. She was surprised and disappointed when she saw that her chemistry score was much lower than she had expected. Singh was torn over whether to seek a review of her answer scripts or accept the results, and the window to apply for a review lapsed.
East Africa is currently in the throes of a rapidly spreading Ebola epidemic, with governments scrambling to contain the virus and hundreds of people confirmed with the infection. The outbreak of the viral hemorrhagic fever, which has been triggered by a rare and deadly strain of Ebola, was first declared by the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on May 15 in the conflict-racked Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. The disease has since spread to neighboring Uganda, which shares border communities with eastern DRC.
Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said talks with the United States have made no progress, but channels of communication remain open after tensions escalated between Washington and Tehran. Araghchi also defended Iran's attacks on US allies in the Gulf as self-defense, warning that further sanctions or military action would not force Tehran to change course.
A petition has been filed in the Islamabad High Court, IHC,
challenging the Metropolitan Corporation Islamabad's MCI authority to collect a 100 fee from motorists using the service road in the New Blue area. The petition was filed by advocate Mohammed Tayyib through lawyers Zohaib Gondal, Hazrat Yuniz and Mohammed Syed Dar.
The Home Secretary, Chief Commissioner and MCI Administrator have been named as respondents.
Former Punjab Education Minister Murad Ras has sparked backlash after calling Lahore a HD bag in a post on X. Days after praising the city for being peaceful during the Eid holidays, Ras had earlier posted on May 31 that Lahore felt calmer during Eid, especially because of lighter traffic, and claimed that outsiders were responsible for ruining the city.